All right, everybody, we are back. You have just exited the eye of the storm and find yourself in what passes for the center of town in Gnarlsroot. And you are, it's the early evening, and you have a couple of options here. What do you want to do?
Well, I think we've earned a celebratory drink and nap.
Love that
Good
plan.
plan. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So there are drinks and there are drinks, if you know what I mean. Because, like, you could go back to the inn and just kind of ask for a bottle of wine to be split between the three of you and then quietly go up to bed. And then there is trying to go find whatever party Father Kargoth was very clearly at in the sending that you got back from him, Cal. So kind of like, and there's probably a couple of options in the middle there between those two extremes of the spectrum. So what are you guys feeling? What are you guys thinking?
I don't know if I would need to go to a rager right now, but
Yeah.
but yeah, or Helena wants to go.
No, I'm not saying I want to go. I'm just saying I'm up for whatever you're feeling.
Well,
know.
you did kill the guy,
Rakshasa.
the Rakshasa, and also became the champion of a god. So I say, you get to choose what we do.
Agreed.
Ooh.
The power is yours.
Yeah.
We definitely need to sleep. And really the only people who I need to celebrate with are you two. But this has been a really fun experience, and
We did meet some cool people.
yeah, I kind of feel most grateful to Grima and Akoli, really, and
Yeah.
like as much as it's some other people's night. I don't know. Feels
They're
like
they're the ones behind the whole operation.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, let's see if we can find Grima and Ikali.
Cool. So you venture into sort of the like big party that is still happening, even though the Amonkhet has been going on for like a lot of hours. And as soon as you're there, kind of different people come up and like, start to shake your hand and kind of be like, you guys were amazing, the way that you handled that, the way that you did this, let's get a drink for these guys. And before you can even put in an order, like 3 mugs appear in your hands, and people are kind of, like the way that you dealt with that like goblin car when they were throwing explosives at you was amazing. And like, I can't believe that you like recovered from like the way that you like fell out the car. Like, Satus, what are your tricks for like steering that dinosaur? Quick, like that's and just kind of like you are like instantly mobbed, and a lot of people are like trying to talk to you. A lot of people are trying to do the things. After about like 20 minutes, you hear, "There you are!" And you see sort of like the big bear-like figure of like Father Kargoth as he goes up to you, Cal, gives you a like bone-breaking hug. And then he's like, "All right, I got the thing that you wanted. Here we go. The red crack brandy. This is what you were asking for, right? Let's crack it open and have a drink. To the Amonkhet! Let's do it!
Yes.
Cheers! Thank you for giving me the excuse to get this exceptionally good alcohol. Yes!
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks for getting it, Father K.
Anything for you. It was such a great specific request.
Yeah. Well, this is just what we asked for, so thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Wait. Where is the captain and the Severin? Where did you leave the man? We need to have a drink with him too.
He is a little chilly right now and can't join us.
He can't join us? Not to have a drink to celebrate your amazing accomplishment at the Amonkhet?
Yeah, he literally can't
He
join
could.
us.
He probably would if he could, but he can't.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll have a rain check or a sleet check, if you will.
Yeah.
You know what I say to that? More for me! Hey!
Hey!
And things proceed in this fashion.
Father K,
Yes!
have you seen Grima and Ikali?
Yes, I am seeing 2 of each one of them over in that direction right now,
Oh,
I think.
Very
Yes.
good.
He is
Good.
pointing at a wooden wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe you should. Yeah, you can handle yourself. Thanks for your help, Father
Of
K.
course! It has
Yeah.
been my pleasure.
Well, that doesn't look like them to me.
No.
Yeah.
It takes you guys maybe kind of like, another like 10 or 15 minutes of kind of like nosing around the party before you hear kind of like some feet trotting towards you, and you'll see Grima go up and go like, oh my god, thank god, you guys are finally here. Guys, come this way, quick. Ikali is totally wasted. And you will
Yeah.
turn around to see Ikali maybe swaying ever so slightly from
Yeah,
where
yeah.
she is standing. And Grima will be like, well, she's as wasted as Ikali ever gets.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Whoa, Ikali, you're just totally letting loose.
I'm fine. I've only had 3 drinks. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's totally fine. He's fine. You 3 should be ashamed of yourselves. You could have won the whole goddamn race if you had only kept it together a little bit more. Satus, did you have the follow through? Did you arch your shoulders? You need to tell me, because right now I'm having some slight fuzziness in the memory. So tell me if you did the things that I told you to do. Did you do them?
I did all of the things. We ran a good
Excellent.
race. Taurok just ran a better one.
Very good. This is no.
Yeah.
What? No. You need to go. You need to go for the kill, man. The kill. And Grima's just like watching all this, like, I love that. Great. I love it when she's like this.
Grima, we just wanted to thank you again for all you did for us.
Oh yeah. No. My pleasure. It's been the most interesting thing that's happened around here in a long time. And it was honestly very good of someone to put the fear of God into Tarlock.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you all off to next? What's next on your adventures?
Well, I think we're heading down to my old haunts in Bas Serinath.
Oh wow. Well, that's a long ways off from here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're hopefully gonna take a boat.
All right. Well, look, it's been
Oh.
pleasure to get to work with you all. I hope that wherever the wind takes you next, that you are safe and healthy, and that you get to be well rested.
The same to you. And will you look after Scar?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take care of him.
Okay, good.
Yeah, where do you leave
'Cause-
him?
Uh,
Somewhere in the background.
yeah.
Never mind. I
Screaming
think I figured it
Yeah.
out.
We think you
Okay.
can
Cool,
find
cool.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I think I've got a date with a bottle of wine, but it's been really great to get to work with y'all. Please take care of yourselves. And he'll kind of like offer you his hand.
Thank you both so
Yeah.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cannot thank you enough.
You are adequate, I suppose.
Wow.
High praise indeed.
Thanks.
We'll take it.
Yeah, thank you, Mikaela.
Cherish this moment forever.
Yeah.
And you've turned away when all of a sudden you hear, wait.
Oh no.
One more for the road.
Mm-hmm.
What is blue and not very heavy?
The sky.
No. Light blue. Goodbye. And
Well
she will
done.
turn around and
Well
leave.
done.
Well played.
A single tear goes down Cal's face.
Let's just stay here.
Yeah, I love these guys. Maybe we'll retire here
Maybe.
after we save the world.
Ooh, could be good.
Oh, are we retiring together? I like
I
that.
don't know.
I like it.
We could.
And at that moment, you'll sort of, feel like a thump on your shoulder, Satus, and you'll turn around to see Tarok, and he is, caught up and a little bit bruised, and he's kind of doing like the boxer thing where he's holding like a stake to like one eye because he probably took like a blow there. But he looks very, very happy, and he kind of goes like, you guys fucking killed it today. Jesus. It was a great race, and you guys were ferocious competitors. Well done to all of you.
You as
Well,
well. You as
and to
well.
you.
You know, for filthy outsiders that had no business being here. Am I right, guys? And
Oh,
then
yeah,
from around
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, and then
Yeah.
inevitably, nice one, Tarok. Yeah, you tell him.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
And he'll turn and sort of, say, like at a lower volume, you guys got everything that you needed to get out of the experience? Do you need any help with anything?
I think we're all set, but thank you for checking in.
For sure. Have yourselves a party tonight. I think we've all earned it.
You as well.
Sort of offer his hand as well, and shake all three of your hands before he goes on his way.
Bye, Tarok. Well, I now feel very sleepy.
Fair.
Me too.
Right. Bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You go back to the inn, and as soon as you go in, the goblin proprietor, Red Eye, will go, welcome back. Do you need a room for the evening?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That will be for the room that we still have available. 3 gold for the night, please.
Very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Thank you. Okay. That night, you sleep like fucking rocks.
Yes. Yeah.
You can all hit the short rest button if you would like to.
Cool.
You all also recover 1 level of exhaustion.
Yay.
Yay.
So I think that means that if I have it right, Cal and Satus, you're back to level 1, and Helena, you're back to level 2.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Sad times.
Cal, you, however, have more of those kind of strange, unsettling dreams that you've been having for a little while now, back in the days when you did sleep. Those are back. Those come back with a bit of a vengeance tonight. And you wake up still rested, but definitely a little bit unsettled.
Okay. That checks out.
But Helena, you don't have the dreams that you were having, of sort of like the vision of the ice and the wolf and like all that stuff. You don't have those.
Fair.
I am, just for the record, I'm gonna use two more of my hit dice.
Great.
I did the same, and I'm now back at I gained 15, so I'm at 30 out of 45.
Excellent.
Not quite that good, but I am at 24 out of 38.
Cool. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in town? Or are we just heading down to the Emporium and waiting for that ship to take you guys away?
I think we're ready to go, unless you guys have anything.
I think so.
Cool.
I think it's time to go.
All right. As you get there, you do see sort of like a ship that has docked on the little river that cuts through the town because it's getting loaded up. And as you approach, you will see Pelvin, the young elven woman that has worked at the Emporium that you've kind of crossed paths with a couple times. And she will turn to the two of you and said, yes, Lurian mentioned something about you folks headed down river up to, and further out down to Mistshore, and from there catching on further transportation. All right, looks like she accounted for your travel. Something about if you have strange squirming bags, we should just ignore that.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wonder why she mentioned that. Yeah.
Weird thing that happens with our bags sometimes. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
She kind of shrugs and goes like, okay, if that's what it says on the piece of paper, that's what it says on the piece of paper. Come on board. Yeah.
Thanks, Pelvin.
Appreciate it.
Whew.
And what follows, I think, is kind of like a little bit of a travel montage as this like little cargo ship of Lorians takes you down through the river and out to the open sea, and then deposits you in the town of Mistshore, which is a trading port on an island. And a couple of days go by in between that. But it takes you maybe like 4 days to get there. And once you get there is the time to kind of make like a final decision. Because you do find a couple of ships that are going to Amar, and you do find a goblin crew that is taking a zeppelin that is headed towards Kelmoltrin. And if you did that, that would be a short sea ride to go from there to Amar. Either way, it is probably going to be at least 10 days of travel to get from where you are to either Bas Serinath or to get to Amar. But I think that now is the time to kind of make a decision of where are we going here. And I know you've been leaning towards Teldorath in Amar, and I just kind of want this is the I need a final answer. Excuse me, in Bas Serinath. Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be my vote, but I defer to the two of you to make sure.
My vote too.
Great, that's it then. I don't have strong feelings, and I got to choose what we did last night.
Okay.
That was now like 4 days ago. All right.
Right. Yes.
Felt like last night.
So you eventually find man, a human with sort of like a dark curly beard, and one more very memorable physical attribute. What is it, Beth?
He has very impressive arm hair. He's very hirsute, but in a really cool, awesome way, where you're just like, yeah, that's great in the cold, and a great look.
He introduces himself as Captain Marcus Farrow, and he is a Veldrin sailor that is taking a trading ship down to Teldorath. And in exchange for 80 gold, he would be willing to rent you guys a cabin and passage down there. He goes, "We're leaving within an hour. I was not honestly expecting to fill up that cabin, but I'll be only too happy to take on a few more hands and offer you folks safe, fast passage down there in my ship, the Arrowhead." And he gestures towards a not necessarily very pretty-looking ship, but what looks to be like a pretty fast trading vessel that he and his crew are kind of finishing up, getting loaded up as the three of you speak to him.
Do we have 80 gold?
Right now, you have 129 gold, with the 100 that Lorien gave you, and the 30 that you found in the Rakshasa's body, plus the 12 gold that you had when today started.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Cool. Then I think
Yeah, why
sounds
not?
good to us.
Can't take it with you, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So better that I take it with me.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. So with that, you have 49 gold left over. Or at least I think you do. God, I hope that I didn't just embarrass myself at maths in front of the internet.
Oh, Gabriel does no math.
The passage on this ship is at first very, very peaceful, and just like the ship sets sail and immediately just starts shoot down like an arrow. The crew keeps itself very busy and seems to mostly just kind of mind themselves. They don't do a lot of talking to you. They kind of just go about their business. Are you folks just mostly keeping the dragons to your cabins?
I would think so. I like the idea
Yeah.
of laying low with them.
Yeah.
It's getting definitely a little bit harder. They are growing at a somewhat alarming rate. And so you have a much bigger cabin to the three of you than you did on Captain Severin's ship. But it's starting to feel crowded with the dragons, and we seem to be approaching a point soon where you will not be able to carry them in your bags for much longer, although that is still an option for now. But every now and then, especially Volt, you find with chewing on items that you don't seem to remember having been in the cabin, and you're not sure how they've acquired these things, but it seems that at some point when you're not looking, they are probably getting up to a little bit of trouble. On your
Bolts.
third night on board the Arrowhead, a very exciting thing happens. It's now been a week since the Amonkhet, which means that you get to hit the long rest button.
Yay!
Whoa. I don't even there it is.
Yeah, where is it?
So unfamiliar.
Really?
Oh. Yes. Let's
Look at
go. Everything is healed. Cool.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Oh, my bardic inspiration is back. My spell slots are back.
I know, everything's
Yay.
back. Look at
I
that.
foolishly have one. I did the short rest, used 2 dice. That was silly. Now I have 1 spot left, but that's okay. Or 1 spot used, but alas.
I think
lessons learned.
I think
that
that should
resets
reset as
too,
well.
right?
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say,
rules.
like that.
The rules say up to 3.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
We'll maybe adjudicate this differently
Yay.
afterwards, but let me get back to
Yeah.
you all.
Sure, I'll leave
For
it there
now,
for now.
For now, leave it as is.
Yeah, I'll
Just
leave
because
it
I don't know that those rules were made for my
For your
Oh, okay. Yeah,
high
right,
stakes.
right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sort of the gritty realism variant that we're using for 20 to
Yeah.
midnight.
Cool. Well, I'll take the long rest. I can actually use spells again. It's been a minute.
Yay.
Yep. Oh man, it's great. Feels great. Ugh.
Hooray.
Hooray. I feel like a whole new person.
Hmm?
But I'm still the same.
Excellent.
Don't worry.
Very
Don't
good.
worry. Don't worry. I just don't want you guys to worry.
Cal, by
Okay,
the
now,
way, you've been
what-
having more of those troubling, violent
More
dreams,
troubling,
by the way.
violent dreams.
Yes.
Great.
Cool.
It's good to know that some things don't change.
Yep.
Ha 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 ha.
You okay, Cal?
Yeah, I'm fine. You know, I think these are just kind of general portents, these
Mhm.
dreams of doom and destruction, until I learn otherwise. So, but we already knew that the world was maybe ending. So,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
The Void Keeper, by the way, has been ticking down days. It's now
Oh.
probably around like 119, but it hasn't had another jump. Like
Okay.
it hasn't had like another point where it's like skipped forward a lot of days in one fell swoop.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Noted.
I wonder what that was about. It's starting to feel the time stress a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we're doing all we can.
Right.
On the 4th day of your journey, as you come up from the cabin to sort of get some provisions and just like get like a little bit of air, you find Captain Pharaoh standing on the deck of his ship with an eyeglass to his head, and he's muttering under his breath, and it's like, "Don't you fucking dare! Don't you dare!"
Hey.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Look over there. You see that? And without the eyeglass and the like trained sailor's eyes that he has, it takes you a moment to see the red painted vessel that seems to be sailing your way. And he will go, "That's a Solanese patrol if I've ever seen one. With any luck, they'll have better hunting to do, but I don't know if they're going to want to stop and investigate us to make sure that we're not hauling any contraband. Those goddamn sea dogs are getting more and more restless with every day.
Do they give you a lot of trouble?
They give everyone sailing through Solanese waters a lot of trouble. They think they own the whole goddamn ocean. But the fastest way to get from Mistshore down to Bas Serinath is to cut through their space. So I was hoping that we wouldn't run into any patrol boats, but I don't know. this one seems to be maybe kind of headed our way yet. So if you pray to any gods, just pray to them that they leave us alone, or otherwise we might end up having to deal with the charming time that is a Solanese inspection.
Oh, goody.
Is there anything we can do to help?
You don't have anything that could sink a boat from afar, do you?
Depends on how big the boat is.
No. The last thing we need is to go from a patrol boat that might have an interest in us to having the entire fleet definitely after us because we sunk one of their ships. For now, just keep yourselves to yourselves, and if there's anything that you wouldn't want the authorities to see if we get boarded, now may be a good time to seeing where you might be able to stash those things.
Good.
I didn't tell you this, but under the second bed in the cabin that you've been using, there is a little gap in the floorboards, just in case you need to put somewhere there in a quiet.
Hey,
Thank you for
That's
the
very
heads up.
generous.
thank you.
Just don't make it my problem if you get caught doing something that I didn't know you were doing. You don't take a fall for me, I don't take a fall for you.
Understood.
Absolutely.
Okay.
With that, he turns and starts, talking to his first mate, and they start sort of giving the crew some, different directions.
Okay. Should we go check out this floorboard situation and see
Yeah,
if
let's-
3 dragons will fit in there?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
make
let's go see.
sure.
So,
Indeed, you sort of can move the bed, and it takes you a second to even find what floorboards he's referring to. But once you do, it's oh yeah, look at this nice little hidden compartment underneath this bed. That will definitely fit some, can fit probably several bags. But it might be a tight, snug fit for the 3 dragons. But, it'll
kiddos, time to get snuggly.
Potentially time to get snugly.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Do we think they would be quiet? Do you think they would be good? Do you think we can... Is there anything we can do to help if it comes to this? Or...
Me and Satus can talk to them
You
now.
can try.
That's true. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool, yeah.
I can talk to our dragons.
Yeah, you could talk
This
to
is
all
happening.
3. Yeah.
They're going to be talking to animals. Okay, great. I suppose they're still bedrooms.
They also have an intelligence of 12. So
That's as good as mine.
It's more
Yeah.
intelligent than me.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
intelligent. So
Okay, not quite as good as mine, but
wisdom,
Genuinely.
they're not so wise just yet.
well, that's
But,
fine.
Yeah.
They're babies.
yeah.
Somewhere above, you hear the ding ding of a bell, indicating that the sails are getting furled and the ship is starting to slow down.
Okay, babies.
All right, guys. Time to just hide out for a little bit, and we'll be back once the dust settles.
Everyone, just give me a quick animal handling check, please.
Oh, please be good.
Oh, come on.
All right, 17 plus 4, unless my thing went... Yeah, 17 plus 4, 21.
14 straight up.
I got a 2 minus 1 for a non-natural 1.
Okay, so Satus, all that time working with Scar is definitely making you a better dragon dad. You sort of
Yeah.
do kind of the firm, but not mean, but just kind of a hey, no nonsense, we're just doing this.
I won't be
and
mad,
Avanzada
I'll just be disappointed.
yeah. Avanzada just bounds into this hidden compartment instantly. Volt sort of stretches out a little bit and kind of cricks his neck, but eventually kind of just crawls in there. Blaze stares up at you, Helena.
Look, Blaze, I'm really sorry, and I know you don't want to get in a hole, and I didn't explain any of that very well, but people are coming, and we just need you to hide down there. You know, just with your siblings, just nicely for a little short time.
I'll
You can
hold
play with
out
my
some. I'll hold out some meat for her.
Yeah, meat. Let's put some
Here, down here. Yeah.
Yeah, do what your Auntie Cal says.
And then she'll sort of follow the meat down into the hidden compartment. There'll be a slight scuffle as it seems that perhaps there's a bit of wrestling to see what the meat is.
Nice one, Cal.
Thanks.
And you
That's my parenting technique.
put the floorboards in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Does it look obvious?
No, I mean,
We put a big sign that says nothing to see here.
Nothing to
But-
see here.
But Satus, you didn't actually talk to them, did you?
No, because I can only
Oh.
use that once per
Once
long
per
rest.
long
so
rest.
I feel like
okay.
let's save it
Let's see if
for-
it works.
if
Yeah.
the- let's save
Yeah,
it for
like,
if there's
I'm-
something that's like
I'm
intense.
gonna go ahead and tell you that I think that as a DM, when you're talking to animals, this is probably not gonna make too much of a difference because so much of that communication is going to just kind of be based on tone and presence and body language. That what's again the real obstacle there isn't the words you're saying. It is usually how much can the animals 2-level intelligence glean from the commands that you're giving them.
Right.
I think that this will be much more helpful if you are running into something that is no, you are a humanoid creature and you speak a language and you just don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Especially because there is a spell I can do called Speak to Animals, so it just kind of feels like a letter of the law, nature of the intent of the spell, blah blah blah
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. If only we had a druid in the party.
From above, you hear the captain cry out, "All hands on deck! All hands on deck!"
I guess that's us.
Yep, guess so.
Puts hands on deck.
Yeah.
You emerge to sort of see the crew assembling, and by now that red ship is pulling up quite closer to where you are. And Captain Pharaoh goes, "We've been ordered to drop anchor and to prepare for boarding. I guess we're getting inspected, everyone."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And a moment later, the ships are next to each other. They drop anchor and clunk, a plank descends as Solanese soldiers begin to board this ship. And I don't know if any of your characters have spent much time around Soliana or dealt with their fleet. Helena, someone from the Veldran Empire, which are maritime neighbors with Soliana, you've probably at least seen a few Solanese shipping contingents in your time. But sort of it is a study in contrasts between the Veldran ship that you're in right now and the Solanese ship. Because the Veldran ship, it's a little piecemeal, it's a little jagged, the crew is kind of, each dressed in their own particular style, it's a little harem scarum. This is the wavelength is a little bit like the British Royal Navy. Kind of everyone is wearing fitted red waistcoat type uniforms. Everyone is carrying sort of the same saber that is hanging on their hip. A few of them are carrying rifles, and there's sort of just this everything in that ship looks spick and span and gleaming. Just everything looks absolutely like it is top of the line and crewed by a ship that is, or crewed by a group of men and women that are the utmost in discipline. And you see sort of a broad-shouldered gentleman wearing kind of the decorated version of that uniform with a tricorn hat. And what other interesting physical attribute, Emma?
I think he has a very fine, bright yellow scarf.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little accent piece.
Yeah.
So this man will go up and have a soft conversation with Captain Pharaoh. And after a moment, they'll break. And this man that just came on board will gesture, and a couple of his soldiers will basically, like, start going through the ship. And as they do that, Captain Pharaoh will come up to the three of you and go, that's Captain Blackwood of the Solanese Navy. They're just running a routine inspection. Just kind of need to see how everything is doing up here, see that we're not doing anything that the Solanese laws would object to. It should be maybe an hour's tops to have them go through the ship, and then we'll probably be on our way.
Great. Let us know if we should be doing anything.
Just stay where you are. Don't go out of sight. If you need to use the facilities, talk to that gentleman over there. Don't suddenly disappear, please. That would piss them off and might make this go from a tense moment to a tense moment, if you know what I mean.
Understood.
His estimation is generous. Like 19 minutes later, a couple of people sort of like report back, and they have a couple of like soft conversations with Captain Blackwood. And he will sort of go and talk to the first mate for a little bit, and then he will talk to a couple of other members of the crew, and then he will pull up to the three of you, and he'll sort of be like holding up a little notepad, and he'll kind of go, "Afternoon, folks. I'm very, very sorry to have to trouble your passage, but you understand we need to sort of do a general check-in of all the ships in our lanes.
Of course.
I understand that the three of you are chartered passengers on this ship?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. What are your names, please?
Cal.
I'm Steven.
That is C-A-L, Cal.
K-A-L.
K-A-L, and this is your full name?
Calistoga.
Calistoga. Very good, very good. Last name?
Marks.
Calistoga Marks. Excellent. And I'm so sorry, sir. I just want to finish with your colleague before I turn to you. Steven, is that with a V or with a PH?
With a V.
With a V. Very good, very good. And your last name, sir?
Jackson.
Steven
Not
Jackson.
Dungeons.
Very good, very good. And you, ma'am?
Helena Hailstorm.
Helena Hailstorm. Fantastic. Very, very good.
With an
Ve-
E. Sorry. It's...
With a
The
very, very good, very good, very good. Thank you, thank you. And where are your countries of origin? Where are you all from?
I'm from the Veldrian Empire,
From
Veldria.
Veldrian. Very good, very good.
Bas
Ma'am.
Serinath.
From Bas Serinath. And sir?
Kelmoltron.
Excellent, very good. And you are originating from Mistshore. Were you traveling in the Teldorath?
You're just passing through.
Passing
Yeah.
through?
Visiting some friends.
Very good, very good. And where are you passing through to now? What's your final destination?
Selderon in Bas Serinath.
Excellent, very good, very good. Are you carrying any unusual magical objects, any illicit substances, any weaponry, anything that we might need to know about, any live animals, anything of that sort?
Nope, nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool, roll me that sweet deception check.
Come on, baby, let's go. Let's see.
Just Mike or
Mike is the one that just lied, so...
okay.
Ooh, that'd be a 15 plus 8 for a 23.
Scratches some stuff in his notebook and he nods. Anything else that I need to know about?
Not that I can think of, but by any means.
Very good, thank you, thank you.
May the Daystar guide your way.
Thank you. And you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We should have you moving shortly. Just a moment, please. And they go back and they talk to Captain Pharaoh a little bit more. And then, just as it seems that the inspection is wrapping up, a new figure walks onto the ship. Someone that is considerably shorter than Captain Blackwood, who is a good, 6'5". This is someone, she's a little bit shorter than you are, Cal, but they are a woman dressed in a black version of the uniform that Captain Blackwood is wearing. And she has cropped short blonde hair. And what other memorable attribute, Mike, that you immediately see about this woman?
She has an undercut on one
Nice.
side of her hair.
Nice.
She's so cool.
Everyone roll me a history check, please.
That would be 18.
Cool.
19.
19. Emma?
13.
All right, Emma, you're not sure what's going on here. Helena and Satus, you both immediately recognize this is basically the short version of it is Captain Blackwood's boss. These are like this version of the uniform is reserved for serious officers. They might be an admiral, they might be someone in the intelligence service, they might be something, but like this marks them as very clearly like the boss. And indeed, she sort of marches up to Captain Blackwood and he instantly like salutes her and proceeds to pass the notebook that he was taking notes on, and she will kind of like, you know, flip through it a little bit. And she will say something to him, and her voice, it's very soft-spoken, so you don't hear what she says. Captain Blackwood's is a little bit more of a booming voice, so you hear his like slightly louder reply as he goes, "Some light contraband, ma'am, but nothing that we need to concern ourselves with. I think we can let them go on their way." And the woman will kind of nod and look down at the notebook and close the notebook. And then she will just like walk down the ship and sort of look at everyone on the crew of the Arrowhead. And she will walk past the three of you. And she won't say anything. She will just kind of like walk past the three of you. Do you guys do anything?
Just give a normal kind of like nod of like, you know, not being rude and just trying to act like a normal human, as normal as possible.
Great. She will then turn around, face Captain Blackwood, and gesture at the three of you and go, "They're lying. Seize them." And I think we're going to take a quick break and come back to that in just a moment. So, let's take 5 minutes, stretch our legs, and then we're going to come back and see what happens now. Alrighty, folks. We will be right back.